5 action is here and overtime is upon us. This is when the non-district schedule begins to wind down and preparation and anticipation for the district slate begins. This is the week before the bye week for a number of these teams, so week 5 should give us a little glimpse into the future to see how all of these 6A teams and beyond square up before district competition. All right, so let's start with a local squad that has impressed so far this season, starting with a 3-1 record. If you haven't guessed it already, I'm talking about Midland High. It's homecoming over at Astound Broadband Stadium, and the Bulldogs are trying to do something they haven't done in a real long time. That is win 4 games in a season. First time since 2018 that they would try to do this, and Aaron Gelvin was out there earlier this evening.
The game plan was simple tonight for the Midland High Bulldogs in our game of the week. They needed to win to go 4-1, and they needed to do that before their bye week that would lead into district play quickly coming up on the horizon. All standing in their way tonight were the ANDRESS Eagles, and I think you'll see by these first half highlights that the Bulldogs were up to the task. The Bulldogs wanted to put on a good show for a homecoming crowd tonight at Astound Broadband Stadium, and they were able to do just that in the first half of our game of the week. MHS dominated in the trenches, both offensively and defensively, and it was the quarterback, Jake Cunningham, who got the scoring started with this long touchdown run along the left side. And the onslaught continued as Midland High suffocated an already struggling Eagle offense and continued to grind out big runs using their triple option offense. A tipped ball here results in a Bulldog interception, and the purple and gold were rolling all the way out to a 29-0 lead following this long touchdown run as Elijah McCoy breaks free to extend the lead. All right, I'm here with the head coach of the Midland High Bulldogs. Offensive line doesn't get talked about a lot, but it looked like you guys really took it to them on that side of the football, specifically with that unit early on, and that helped your running game. Talk about what those guys meant tonight.
Yeah, those guys are incredible. Coach Martinez, the work that they put in is unmatched, and I'm just always happy when it shows for them because they work hard, on the mental side of the game, and we try to work really hard on the physical side of the game. And they just did a great job executing tonight. We've been getting more experience, and so we've seen more and more looks. And when they apply their rules and they play with a great pad level and great effort, good things happen.
Well, that's right. You heard it there. That offensive line for the Bulldogs just absolutely dominated that Eagles front tonight. And you can say mission accomplished, as it's a good time to be a Bulldog. Those were the words Coach Fortune told me as he was walking back into his locker room. 4-1, walking into your bye week with district play coming up very, very quickly. And we will see how the Bulldogs do in district play, but it's all smiles tonight here from Astound Broadband Stadium.
Well, thanks, Aaron. The Bulldogs on a roll. That is the first time they've notched 4 or more wins 4 wins in a season since 2018. Now on to another red-hot team this season. This squad entered the game undefeated through 4 for the first time since 2017. That's right, it's PERMAIN who looks to move to 5-0 tonight. And our reporter Tyler Dupnick had a front row seat for this matchup.
Yeah, Jenna, this was a really fun game tonight. We saw the PERMAIN Panthers put up 56 points, their highest, their biggest offensive output of the season. And let's go ahead and look at those first half highlights. It was homecoming night at Ratliff Stadium as the undefeated PERMAIN Panthers welcomed non-district ABILENE Cooper to town. And it was electric early as Rodney Hall in a reverse option flips it to Tabari Jones, who's going to roll into the end zone for a 6-yard touchdown to make it 7-0 Mojo. A fumble recovery on the next drive set up PERMAIN for another touchdown here as Justice Laura surges into the end zone with a 3-yard touchdown, all business early on as the Panthers go up 14-0. However, the ensuing kickoff, Mojo with all of it at the moment, but it's Cameron Herron for ABILENE Cooper who turns on the jets, makes the kicker miss, and turns on the afterburners. It's a foot race and he's loose. And he's going to win that foot race for a 99-yard kickoff return touchdown to get the Cougars on the board. However, again, Mojo trying to reclaim momentum. First play on the next drive is a 65-yard touchdown pass from Rodney Hall to Jaquan Richardson to make it 21-7. Here with junior running back Justice Laura. So you guys outscored Harker Heights last week 14-0 in the fourth quarter to seal that amazing comeback win. Tonight you outscore Abilene Cooper 21-0 in the fourth quarter. What does that say about the identity and the culture of y'all's team just to be able to dominate the fourth quarter?
We're just never going to give up on each other. It's a team. We've been working together since last year, so we're good. We're going to have a good team.
Yeah, Janice, which is...
And that was Tyler as Permian escapes. Another one, this one, it was pretty handily when the other ones were a little bit closer. And it was homecoming over in Pecos, and the Eagles were celebrating by breaking in their brand new stadium against Seminole. And to catch us up on that momentous moment, it was Jason Freund.
Up a brand new stadium for the masses, but the Seminole Indians looking to spoil the good mood. Opening drive for Seminole, quarterback Blake Flowers gets the snap and a quick pass to Hector Contreras for a 12-yard touchdown. Very next drive, Seminole back on the attack after an interception. Handoff goes to Garrett Lentz for an easy 8-yard touchdown. Seminole would score again. Pecos needs points. Fullback draw for Brian Rueda, and he's going to push the pile and force his way into the end zone for the first Pecos touchdown in their new home. Seminole will still lead this one 35-14 at the half.
All right, thanks, Jason. That new look stadium, it was looking pretty good under those lights, even though the Eagles did not come up with it. You're going to want to stick around with us tonight as we cover Greenwood versus Canyon, and not to mention highlights from all the way out in Andrews going up against Lubbock High. And to top it off, a battle between Big Spring and SNYDER. That coming up for you after this break. Welcome back to Overtime. It's week 5 still, and we're going to keep things rolling with some 4A competition. And that's starting with Andrews and Lubbock High. The Mustangs look to get back in the win column after a tough loss to Seminole a week ago. And this time, like I said, it is against Lubbock High. It was the Mustangs facing off against the Westerners in front of a jam-packed homecoming crowd. Andrews would strike first after a long drive. The rushing attack took over. It's Noah Telez who gets the ball and finds a wide open hole and eases into a TD. And now Mustangs on defense, they saw success, the same success that the offense did, and they wanted to try it out. The ball is out in front of 6'1" receiver corner hybrid Garrick Morris, who snatches this one and is off to the races for the pick six. Pretty impressive on both ends for Andrews early, and that wasn't enough for the Mustangs. They wanted more. Ashton Galvan on the keeper, and once he gets moving, there is no stopping him. Andrews would roll into halftime. That's right, halftime, 44-14. And that is a statement following the first loss of the season just 7 days ago. And now we're going to keep things rolling here on Game Time because we got a lot to cover. The next matchup is out of Big Spring. It was a lot of offense for the Steers early, especially through the air with this laser from Gavin Patron, who finds a receiver in the end zone. And it was really clicking on all cylinders for Big Spring. This time on the ground with some impressive slipping and sliding for the score through a number of defenders. And while we're on the Steer side, let's stay there because the scoring would keep coming. Padron with another snipe to connect with Eli Cobos for yet another touchdown. The Tigers would make this one a little bit more competitive with a few good offensive drives. This little trick play with Damian Jimenez cutting through the defense. But the Steers would go on to remain strong on offense and win its 4th victory. All right, now on to the next matchup. This time it's a contest over in El Paso between Fort Stockton and Ysleta. And the Panthers coming into this battle looking to stay undefeated against the 1-3 Indians. And it was Fort Stockton utilizing the ground attack early, starting with Marco Garcia, the quarterback. This signal color was denied the first time, but not the second. Garcia with the keeper and a tough finish to punch the ball into the end zone. The Panthers were dominant in this performance to keep the unbeaten streak alive in week 5. It's the Rangers and the Eagles for this Friday night matchup. Canyon comes from Amarillo and Greenwood trying to defend its home turf. But that would be difficult from the jump with the Eagles taking what they were giving and making opportunities for themselves. It's Raymond Stanley who marched down the field on the opening kickoff and scored first with that little dash there. But the Rangers said not too fast. We can impress too. QB Ty Flowers tosses the piston to Rance Purser, and the receiver did the rest. That would not be enough, though, as the Eagles prevail in that one. And let's jump straight into the action for Kermit and FORSAN, with Kermit with the ball. Quarterback Jeremiah Salazar with a perfect pass to Jay Rogers, which finds the Yellow Jackets in the red zone. A few plays later, Rogers with the handoff and finds his way across the goal line. And Kermit would take a 14-13 lead. Buffalo's driving in the fourth, but it's a 4th down. Cade Wallace rolls to his left, passes to Bryson Kinsey, but the pass is short. Kermit pulls off the upset against the 4-0 Buffaloes, and let's hear from Coach.
This is a huge win for us, huge win for this program. This is a signature win for the turnaround of this program, signature win. We needed one, because since I've been here, just what we've worked, these kids, what the time they put in, I mean, we're doing command weights. We're working all summer long, discipline, conditioning, things that they probably hadn't done in the past, and to kind of see the fruit of that labor, to see like, hey, coaches, he's crazy, but he ain't as crazy as we thought. The wins are going to start coming. And so I think once this program's turned, and we're winning 6, 7, 8, 9 ball games every single year, we're going to look back on this day right here, and we're going to be like, hey, that FORSAN win, that's the win that turned this thing around.
All right, how about that to fire you up? Now it's the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the best of the best, and now it's time to see what these teams and players, which one stood out among the rest. That's right, it's top plays. Be sure to vote on my Twitter page at EliteGayJenna for your favorite tomorrow starting at 8:30 a.m. Let's get right into the action. All right, let's start over in Andrews with some defensive magic. Garrick Morris uses all of that size, all of that speed to barrel down the sideline for a pick six, and that will only get us started on the defensive top plays. Let's carry that on to Midland High, where Adam Alvarado finds the ball in the sky for the INT. And finally, one offensive nomination tonight, it's the bomb from grade 1 quarterback Ty Flowers, who finds a shredding Rance Purser for the score. All right, before we head out, we have some games that are actually happening tomorrow afternoon. Let's first take a look at Odessa High, who's looking to bounce back after starting 2-0, but then stumbling to a 2-2 record after 2 straight losses. The Broncos host a fellow 6A squad, which holds a 3-1 record in Clemens. And over in Midland, MCS is also competing at home. The Mustangs have also been struggling as of late. Midland Christian has lost 3 straight, including its home opener. Now, it's a battle with a winless Del Rio team. Our reporter Aaron Gelvin will be in attendance for both of those contests, so stay tuned tomorrow evening for extended coverage. But that will do it here for us tonight on Overtime. Make sure you stay with us throughout the week, as we'll have extended coverage on all the teams that you love, and we'll be back next Friday night. See you then.